Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the 2005 film The Child, directed by Jean-Pierre and Luc Dardenne. Wow, what an amazing film. This is a hard film to watch. It often has you on the edge of your seat feeling that something terrible's going to happen, but it's such a great film. It doesn't do this in a melodramatic way. The Dardenne brothers strip everything down to essentials. A handheld camera is often pressed really close to the actors, like we're there with them. Natural light that gives the world a washed out realism. This film is in colour, but the colour is so muted. The soundscape is austere, only the raw sounds of the street. There's almost no music except when it arises inside the world of the characters themselves. More of that later. The result is a style that makes everything feel urgent, unfiltered and uncomfortably real. The Dardenne brothers are absolute masters of filmmaking. They avoid manipulative cues that tell the audience what to feel. It would be so easy in this film to give us a bit of music to add to the tension and to add to the emotional moments, but they don't do this. In a restrained, so nuanced way, they manage to create high levels of tension and emotion. It's really impressive. Our main character is Bruno. It's an extraordinary choice of actor, I think, and a great performance. On the surface, Bruno looks very innocent, even decent. He has a boyishness that makes him appear harmless, but very quickly we see that he is a character who absolutely cannot be trusted. He lies, cheats, steals. Good grief, he even sells his girlfriend's baby with a casual shrug that's almost unbearable to watch. We hate the things that he does, but somehow we don't hate him. The Dardennes never judge him. Instead, they present him with a kind of radical compassion, showing us both his cruelty and his vulnerability. That vulnerability is crucial. Bruno is, in truth, a child. He behaves like one with Sonia, with the baby, and with the gang of younger boys that he hangs around with. He's never grown up. Stealing is all he knows. Responsibility doesn't exist for him, except as something to dodge. Watching him is like watching a boy who's wandered into an adult world without the tools to survive in it. The baby selling sequence is the most difficult to watch. It isn't staged for shock, it's simply another transaction conducted with the same casualness as a stolen wallet. And that is what makes it so excruciating. Throughout the film, there are moments where disaster feels inevitable. We sit on the edge of our seat, braced for tragedy. And yet the child isn't unrelentingly bleak. There are flashes of light and warmth. There's a memorable scene that takes place in a car where Bruno and Sonia start play fighting while the Blue Danube plays on the radio. For once, there is music. For once, there is joy. It's almost like a choreographed dance, rough and tender at the same time. The warmth of that moment is unforgettable precisely because it is so rare. This is a couple that does have a chemistry, the real potential for love perhaps. Even though both of them are still children emotionally, there's a childlike innocence that's beautiful and terrifying at the same time. There is something real between them, but they're just not equipped to exist in this world as it is. By the end, Bruno does face the consequences of his actions. The film definitely doesn't give us a happy ending, but it does give us something else, a glimpse of growth. For the first time, he begins to grasp what he's done, to take responsibility, to feel remorse. There is hope here, but hope expressed with a real restraint. It's very satisfying, but in such a restrained way. The Child is a masterpiece of cinema, exploring moral issues without judgment. It forces us to confront a character who does unforgivable things and yet still recognise the human being inside him. It's painful, compassionate and ultimately redemptive, all handled with great subtlety and restraint. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.